You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. Probably the most significant recruiting story that we're certainly going to follow here leading up to signing day is going to be Bryce Underwood and Michigan's continued pursuit of Bryce Underwood. Well, that pursuit took a very interesting, to say the least, turn this week. Connor Stalions, yes, that Connor Stalions. The Connor Stalions who was busted for spying on Michigan's opponents, a Michigan staffer who was infiltrating other teams' sidelines and stadiums and spying on Michigan's opponents. Connor Stalions is now working at Belleville. That's the high school in the Michigan in Michigan where Bryce Underwood plays high school football. Don't let this be lost on you. So Connor Stalions was a staffer under Jim Harbaugh. He gets popped for spying, gets fired. He goes and coaches high school football. He's coaching for a high school that went like 1-9 or 0-9, didn't make the playoffs. Now Bryce Underwood's team is in the playoffs, and so Belleville has hired Connor Stalions now as an assistant. The Belleville coach gave an interview to CBS in Detroit, Channel 4, confirming this news, that Connor Stalions is now on staff. So naturally, there's a lot of people who are looking at this going, he's there to recruit Bryce Underwood and get Bryce Underwood to flip to Michigan. Well, the coach there at Belleville gave an interview to CBS 4 in Detroit and basically debunked that, saying he's a good coach. We want him on staff to help us on the playoff run. Just another guy, another sounding board, and he's not there to flip Bryce Underwood at all. Okay. I think a few things can be true here. I believe that Connor Stalions can be a guy with high-level experience that Belleville is bringing in to help with their staff and their playoff push. I also believe that Connor Stalions is a liar and a cheater and would absolutely lie and cheat to help Michigan, which he's already done. That's not my opinion. I'm not giving you an opinion that Connor Stalions is a liar and a cheater. We know that he's a liar and a cheater. The NCAA investigated Connor Stalions. He is a liar and a cheater. He was infiltrating other teams' football programs, standing on the sideline in coach's gear and stealing signs and spying and cheating. He is a busted liar and a cheater. So if you have this shisty little fella running around the sidelines willing to spy and cheat for Michigan, do you put it past him to find a way to get on the staff at Belleville so he can try to work on getting Bryce Underwood to flip? There's also these stories about Connor Stalions still helping Michigan's NIL efforts. Why would anybody think this is implausible? So I 100% think that Connor Stalions is on staff at Belleville to help recruit Bryce Underwood. 1,000,000% believe that's the reason he's there. This isn't some coincidence. He's trying to help Michigan. And if the added benefit for Belleville is they also get a guy with high-level experience who might help him on staff, okay. But he is there to try to recruit Bryce Underwood to the University of Michigan. Period, paragraph. Now, I also don't think this has a lick of working. And you can call me dumb or naive, and I don't think I'm either. But there is so much evidence that suggests Bryce Underwood is not interested in flipping his commitment to Michigan. And we're going to talk about it because he's the number one player in the country. He's been committed to LSU for a year. He's a quarterback, all this stuff. But Shea Dixon's been here and has told you this. Bryce Underwood has been committed to LSU for a year. Bryce Underwood has not stepped foot on Michigan's campus since July of 2023. Bryce Underwood has not been on a visit to Michigan's campus since Sharon Moore has been the coach. Bryce Underwood was just in Baton Rouge for his official visit. He's been to LSU with his family 8 times. He and Joe Sloan text and communicate every day. He loves Joe Sloan. Not things that I'm guessing about, things he's told you. His family has told you. LSU has a healthy NIL deal. And another thing that Bryce Underwood has said so many times is he likes LSU. He wants to play in the SEC. He likes kind of the swagger of LSU and the idea. Remember, this is a guy who 5 years ago when LSU had Joe Burrow and the swaggiest football team ever, this is a guy who was 12 years old watching that. You don't think that would be impactful, watching Joe Burrow throw for 5,000 yards and Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, then those guys go to the NFL and do what they did, and Clyde dunking on refs in Tuscaloosa when he's scoring wheel route touchdowns? Like, that's impactful. And then you get Jaden Daniels here who wins a Heisman Trophy, and LSU shows great interest for 3 years. Like, recruiting isn't a 3-week proposition. It's a 3-year proposition. And LSU's invested the time, and they got the commitment. And they've got the NIL offer lined up for them and everything. Connor Stalions, this little shyster guy who jumps in there at Belleville in the final hour from one last-ditch effort. You think that's going to be the thing that gets it done? Come on. I'll continue to maintain that the only way Bryce Underwood doesn't end up at LSU. By the way, showed up at LSU with like a diamond-encrusted tiger head chain. Purple and gold, too, by the way. Like, he's in. He's all in here. The only way it doesn't happen is if someone comes and dumps the Godfather offer on him. I've said that a bunch. If it hasn't happened by now, I don't know there's any reason to believe it's going to happen in the next 3 weeks. And it sure ain't going to be because Connor Stalions showed up. So, yes, I believe that Connor Stalions is helping Belleville. Yeah. I also 100% believe the guy that was wearing disguises on the Central Michigan sideline is also there trying to help Michigan. And I also don't think it's going to work. Because if you live 30 minutes from Ann Arbor and you think the whole Michigan man culture is lame, and by the way, Michigan's passing offense, there's 4 teams in America right now. 4 teams in America. And 2 of them are service academies who rank lower than Michigan in passing offense. You just don't have a whole lot to sell that Bryce Underwood wants to buy. There's a lot at Michigan that a lot of people would want to buy, especially kids from Michigan. Just not Bryce Underwood. And that's not something that Connor Stalions, this lying, cheating spy who's been ostracized, that Connor Stalions is going to come in the 11th hour and wave a wand and flip Bryce Underwood. I guess I can kind of respect the effort, but if you're Michigan and that's your Hail Mary, the shyster who's been ostracized and banned by the NCAA is who's going to go get this last-ditch effort to get Bryce Underwood? I mean, couldn't you get, like, Jim Harbaugh or Mike Hart, Braylon Edwards, or, I mean, somebody that was a great Michigan player there? What's Shoelace doing now? Denard Robinson, I don't know. Go get him to go to bat for you. Connor Stalions. It's actually kind of good. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.